50 students from Minneapolis are traveling more than 4,000 miles this week visiting historic civil rights locations throughout the United States. Today, the students took a tour of Mother Emanuel Church and the Sea Islands of South Carolina. News 2's Matt Alba spoke with his students about their journey. Matt?
Carolyn, the students are from two separate high schools in Minneapolis, Minnesota's Robbinsdale School District. Today, they jumped off their buses and learned about Mother Emanuel. And they say the tragedy that happened in this church back on June 17th is now a part of civil rights history.
From the Midwest to the East, and eventually down south, all the way to Mother Emanuel.
It was super powerful.
The students arrived in their mobile classrooms, ready for a life-changing lesson on civil rights.
It's civil rights history in the making.
They toured the historic church, they met the congregation, and then they learned what happened here.
It's just emotionally draining to see something like this and to be in the presence of where it all happened.
The most vicious hate has culminated in some of the most profound love from around the world.
The students are visiting, touching, feeling, and taking in historical civil rights sites.
What we want to do is provide an experiential opportunity for our students to be able to talk with those freedom fighters who were at the forefront of creating change for this country's progression.
They just came from New York City's Ground Zero Memorial, where they learned about slaves who founded and built the city, some of whom were actually buried under the site of the former World Trade Centers. They also learned about Malcolm X and took this picture in the room where he was assassinated. Their teacher's hope is that by learning the history, they can continue the work of their ancestors and of civil rights pioneers who came before them.
This church specifically shows us the repetition in our history. We have work to do still, and I think that's just really evident in all these things that are happening recently. Every current event that's happening is showing us that, you know, we're not done, and we have a long way to go.
A long way to go metaphorically and physically. The students will continue their journey to cities like Selma, Birmingham, and Tuskegee before heading home to Minnesota. Live in the studio, Matt Alba, News 2.
All right, Matt, thank you. By the time their trip is done, they will have visited 9 cities in 5 different states.